Look at that.
Welcome back to Backyard Gridiron Talk. I am Addison.
I'm Frank.
We are sitting here in the basement. We're just some guys being dudes. You know, both of our teams suck. We are both 2-6.
Not our fantasy football teams, though.
Not our fantasy.
We're 5-2.
Yep,
just
we're
made a trade.
5-2, so eat that, Steelers and Browns. You guys can be 2-5. Yeah, I gotta say one thing. I know I've held out hope this year. Blah blah blah.
Yeah, 11 wins.
Yeah, I know what I said.
But I picked the Raiders to win the division, so
yeah, I know what
we all have bad takes.
But honestly, this is a humbling moment for Steeler fans. This is where Steeler fans, we find out who the real Steelers fans are. Because, yeah, we started 2-5. Am I bitching? Yeah, because it's frustrating because I see the problems.
I mean, you guys were in that game.
Yeah, no, I'm not even talking about last week's game. I'm talking, this is a humbling moment because, you know, when do we start 2-5? Like, never.
Right. Could be 1-6. You beat the Bucks.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Mike
Still
Evans
impressive.
not fuck my shit up. So, you know, this is where the true Steeler fans come out. The ones that are, we'll see, I'm sure we'll see plenty of them find another team.
You could probably finally go to a game in Pittsburgh.
Might be cheap. But honestly, I'm starting to understand, starting to realize that this is a rebuild year. And it's just pretty clear. You know, and Kenny Pickett made some big crucial mistakes.
Can I speak real quick as a Browns fan?
Yeah.
We used to dream for years like this because, you know, we had a first-round quarterback and we're like, oh, he could be the one. So, you know, it's not – you think positively, like enjoy the Kenny Pickett experience.
And what's healthy for me, I think, is watching a Steeler game all relaxed.
Yeah. Yeah.
I can watch a Steeler game relaxed knowing that I don't have high expectations anymore. You know, that it's pretty humbling moment. I don't want to sound like a dick, like we're the best and shit, but I mean,
that's how you saw it.
We haven't had a losing season.
You
since
picked them to win 11 games
Listen,
this year. I'm just saying.
Listen, I'm trying to say I was wrong.
I know.
Then stop interrupting. It's, you know, there comes a time in a man's life where football isn't everything. No, but football is everything. But yeah, I mean, it is what it is, you know. We play Philadelphia this week, fully expecting to be 2-6 going into the bye week. Yeah, you hate to see it, but also it's like Kenny Pickett is showing signs of greatness. Not greatness. That's probably too strong of a word. But he's showing signs that he's able to lead an offense down the field. He made rookie mistakes in the game yesterday, or Sunday. And, you know, but he still got us down the field, and that's more than I can say.
I mean, you guys were...
You know, if
he didn't throw 2 interceptions, you would have maybe even gone to overtime.
Yeah.
Or won the damn game. The second interception was terrible.
Or other factors where our defense if they don't drop 4 interceptions throughout the game.
True.
Tua was flinging the ball all over the field, not finding a receiver, except on the first drive. And we dropped 4 interceptions. I mean, Tua could have had a hell of a lot worse game than Pickett did.
Yeah.
But our defense was just like, nah. Granted, they were there. They stopped them. I mean, no one scored in the second half. 16-10 was the halftime score.
Yeah.
It was the final. So our defense showed signs of life. Back-to-back games, our defense was phenomenal. So no issues there. They had a rough first drive, but, you know, Dolphins were living on, let's celebrate the undefeated season that happened 40 years ago.
50.
No, even worse.
I mean...
and they haven't done jack shit since. But, anyway. It is what it is. I can relax. Except for Saturday. I won't be able to relax.
Penn State, baby.
Let's go.
OH.
Happy Valley. We got to get it done. So,
yeah.
Yeah, so it is what it is. I'm fine with it. Hopefully we can come out and beat Philadelphia. Doubt it, but
hey,
I'm still going to root for him.
Any given Sunday.
And as we know, the NFL is freaking weird. I mean, Tampa Bay lost 21-3 to the Panthers. Like, who's to say Steelers can't beat the Eagles?
Right.
I'm not saying they will, but who's to say they can't? That was the biggest upset of the year, in my opinion. Panthers crushing the Buccaneers.
Yeah, I mean, it was definitely surprising.
Yeah.
P.J. Walker starting that game.
Right after trading McCaffrey.
Right. But yeah, Browns, we lost. It's a close game. There was a pass interference call on Amari Cooper that was kind of sketch. Not that, I mean, like, he went like that.
It made more sense than the false start.
But but granted, he went like that. But
Yeah, all the ref needs to see is the arm stretch.
the Ravens did it the whole fucking game. He didn't throw it once.
Mhm.
But all I'm saying is, like, call it the whole game.
Yeah.
Well, whatever. And then the magical false start that
Yeah,
didn't happen.
Didn't even see a Brown move.
That would have made it like 4th and inches. They might have went for it. They might have kicked the field goal.
Either
I don't
way,
know.
The field goal would have been easier.
Yeah, it went from a 55, should have been a 50. It ended up being a 60. And also, when that field goal happened, the clock should have stopped at 2:04. It went all the way to 1:58. So we lost a 2-minute warning. Probably a whole extra minute of play time to maybe try to get another field goal once our defense got the stop. So yeah, I think it just comes down to we could have executed better.
Run the ball more instead of trying to pass it.
I mean, no, I agree, but we had the game won. We got it taken away from us. Then we got our field goal kicked back 5 more yards, and then they just let the clock run when it shouldn't have, and it cost us a 2-minute warning. Like, those are things that, like, if you're watching the game and you're in a close game, and you see the ball hit the ground at 2:04, and you just keep watching, you lose a 2-minute warning when you needed to try to get the ball back with time. It's like, okay, that's bullshit. And like you see in other games where refs stop it and make sure the clock, like, what the fuck? And so, like, I'm not saying the Browns are getting fucked. I'm saying the NFL doesn't want the Browns to be in a position to be contending with Watson coming back, because they don't want him to, like, go to the playoffs and be in the face of the media. Kind of, maybe. It's how it's looking a little bit. I'm not saying that's what's happening, but, like,
That's a stretch.
maybe, but that's 2 blatant calls that are, like, terribly.
That's
like,
the other reason why I enjoyed that. Even though we lost to the Dolphins, there was like hardly any penalties. Refs stayed out of it.
Right.
It was great.
But I'm like, those are 2 calls that are, like, a little suspect, in my opinion. Like, everybody knows when the ball hits the ground, the clock stops at a 2-minute. Like, after a missed field goal. We've got to redo it. They could have just been better. I get it. We lost. There were opportunities you could have won. Could have run the ball more. But, the Browns is the Browns. They're not fighting, arguing in the locker room after the game. Who cares, really, at this point? We play Monday night against the Bengals. Joe Burrow still has never beat us.
He hasn't. But both of us could very easily be 2-6 come next week.
Oh, easily. Yeah. Easily. I mean,
especially us.
The only reason I'm going to pick the Browns to win this week is because if they don't, our season's definitely over.
I can say the same about Pittsburgh. Don't mean I'm picking them.
I know, but I think we have a better shot to win than you guys do.
Oh, I agree with
that. That's all I'm saying.
I agree with that.
Yeah, we're at home on Monday night, Halloween.
We're in Philadelphia.
Yeah, so we'll see. Yeah. But yeah, other than that, Christian McCaffrey got traded to the Niners. What else happened?
Somebody tore
Seahawks.
ACL. Breece Hall.
Tore his ACL. Seahawks keep winning. They're in first place over there.
Acquired James Robinson. So if you have Travis Etienne on your fantasy team, your team got better.
Yeah.
I have Travis Etienne on my fantasy team, and I'm already 5-2.
And he just traded me Miles Sanders.
I did.
To face your terrible run defense. I can't wait. Hopefully he scores a lot.
Except past 2 weeks, we've been pretty good on defense, so we'll see.
We'll see.
Shutting down Tom Brady, although apparently that's not that difficult now.
Yeah, Carolina did it.
And I would say shut down Tagovailoa, because they scored a touchdown on their opening drive and field goals after that. So.
We had some XFL quarterbacks beat some Hall of Famers this weekend. Taylor Heineke, and then P.J. Walker down in Carolina.
Taylor Heineke's a starting quarterback in the NFL for 3 years.
Every time he's had an opportunity, he's played very well.
And he almost took out Brady when
in the playoffs.
When they were a football team.
Yeah.
And now he takes out Rodgers. This guy, I'm just saying, if I am a Commanders, if I'm Ron Rivera, you're starting Heineke, or else you're out of a job next year.
Yeah,
because
I could see that.
Wentz is dog shit. He belongs in the XFL.
Speaking of dog shit, surprisingly, Matt Ryan got benched, not only for a week, but for the season.
Yep.
for Sam Ellinger. That's Frank Wright trying to save his job, in my opinion.
I agree.
Brian Dable is
What do you have to lose at this point?
right.
Yeah.
Brian Dable is doing Brian Dable shit. They won again, beat Jacksonville.
Who thought the Giants?
Giants and the Jets.
Let's point this. Yeah, Jets are 5-2.
Yeah.
But Jets are still shaky 5-2. They're not. Like they're not
hey,
the Giants.
they find a way.
They do. They do. Tim Tebow.
They play defense.
No, I know.
Their defensive
I know.
team.
I'm just saying the 6-1 Giants are significantly better than the 5-2 Jets.
I would agree.
But let's look at the Giants here for a second. No one expected them to probably even get 6 wins this year, and they already have it. Now let's look. If they win this week, and somehow, some way, in a crazy NFL world we're living in, that the Steelers beat the Eagles, the Giants lead the NFC East, and they would be the number 1 seed in the NFC
Yeah.
next week. 8 games into the season for them. That's wild.
Hey, it's NFL.
It's the NFL.
And now it makes the Chargers look like idiots for not signing Brian Dable. They didn't interview him. They were going to interview him.
Chargers?
Not this last year,
Oh.
but the year before.
Before they got Staley? Or?
Yeah, they were going to interview him and they didn't. And so he stayed in Buffalo. And they hired Staley, who Mr. Fourth Down. And they're lost again.
Staley's going to get fired if the Chargers don't make the playoffs.
I mean, when you have that much talent, I know they lost.
They're 4-3, right?
I believe so. They lost J.C. Jackson for the
Seattle.
season.
Yeah.
They lost Mike Williams to high ankle sprain, so he'll be out probably 3 to 4 weeks.
And then there's shaky Keenan Allen.
Yeah, I mean they're. I mean, it doesn't help, but like, dude,
In that division,
you gotta win.
in that division, you definitely have to win. I mean, when it's all said and done, if we look at that division right now, Chiefs are the kings.
I mean,
Yeah,
Andy Reid,
this
Travis
division's
Kelce.
nothing like we thought it was going to be.
No,
Raiders are 2-4. Broncos don't even get me started. And
That's
then the
right.
Chargers look like Brandon Staley. Chargers are there.
yeah,
Brandon Staley's not the guy though. And
it could be.
now you have the Chiefs again, chiefing it up.
I mean, hey, Travis Kelce, Patrick Mahomes.
But apparently Raiders are going to win the division.
I mean, they're 2-4. They're on a hot 2-game winning streak. Hey, they've looked better since they decided to.
No, I will say
since they've
Raiders
decided to
look better
give
than the Chargers and
the Broncos. Since they decided to give Josh Jacobs the fucking ball, instead of him in the doghouse for no fucking reason, they're 2-0, and he's rocking shit at fantasy. So keep it going, babe.
35 points.
I know.
30.
So let's just give Josh Jacobs the ball. Derek Carr a little play action to Devontae and Mr. Renfro, and let's keep the ball running. And hey, maybe not win the division,
got Darren
but I'll
Bell.
take a wild card spot. You had him in 4th place
Where they are right
now. But you just said they look better than both
I
the
know,
Broncos
but
and the Chargers.
Hey, let's not forget the fact
You
that
picked the Broncos!
I had the Broncos win, but they're closer to first than the Raiders are.
For now.
Even though they're not riding like I thought they would. And another team, before we talk about our picks, another team I want to get into here is the Seattle Seahawks.
Yeah.
Pete Carroll just needs a quarterback, and it doesn't matter what kind. Doesn't matter, mobile, doesn't matter.
I mean, they're starting a rookie running back. They're starting Geno Smith, who...
Kenneth Walker, he's going to be a stud.
Geno Smith, I feel like, has been in the league 10 years. 6 of them as Russ's backup.
Yeah,
And 2
it
with the
seems like Geno
Jets,
Smith
1
has
with the
been in
Giants,
league
1 with the
since
Chargers.
I started
But,
watching
yeah.
football. That's what it seems like. Even though I started watching football back
Yeah.
in 2001.
But he's doing the Alex Smith, not doing too much, making plays.
he's been putting up big numbers.
I know,
and
but
he doesn't
like...
turn the ball over.
Exactly. He's
And-
being smart.
Oh, yeah, he's being Alex Smith. He's not turning the ball over.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, Seattle, no one had predicted this. The only game this week that consists of 2 winning record teams, Giants versus Seahawks.
Who would have thunk?
And the Packers and Bills play this week.
Yeah, well, Packers are packing.
Yeah, they're going to be
Yeah.
packing them big time.
I mean, the
Out of
Vikings... Hey,
order.
they're tied with the Bears for 2nd place.
The Bears.
The Bears.
and
Big win
Bears
big
just
win against the
crapped
Pats.
On the Patriots. Bailey
That was nice
Zappi
to
came
see.
in, lit the world on fire, and then went silent.
Yeah.
So, and
Yeah.
Justin Fields is like, this is why I was a top pick, finally.
If you run the ball, play
Bears,
action...
But the Bears are the Bears, and they could
But-
score 6 points next week.
They could. If they continue to run the ball well, move Fields around in the backfield like he did all when he was in college, he's going to make plays.
Yeah.
He's still young, though. He had that one bomb to Mooney that was like a line drive that needed to be a lob. And it's
Yeah.
like, dude,
Chill.
relax.
You're not at Ohio State
Right.
with Chris Olave.
right. Like, But yeah, I mean the Bears are looking good. Yeah, NFL in general is just you never know what you're going to see when you put on the game.
Yeah, that's
what you want.
And I still agree with Tom Brady. I don't think it's. And I don't normally agree with Tom Brady, but there's a lot. It's not even like the competitive nature of the NFL this year. It's just a lot of bad football.
Yeah.
I mean, it's exciting for a fan, but for them players, it's a lot of bad football.
Yeah.
Like other than Buffalo and Kansas City. I mean, the Eagles are 6-0. The Giants are 6-1. But I still don't put them.
You don't believe in
near
them,
the range of even close to the zip code of the Bills and Chiefs.
Well,
not even close.
But everybody knew the AFC was going to be better than the NFC.
I get that, but those are the only two teams that I think have a legitimate shot at winning the Super Bowl. No one in the NFC.
Well,
even
see.
The Eagles, who haven't lost a game this year.
Hey, you never know.
And I mean, normally there's a couple NFC teams like, Packers and Bucks are done, like they suck. Like I feel like
the Bucks are in first place in their division, so
they're 3-4,
and they're in first place. So
I know, but the Panthers are one game out.
Okay, the Bucks can't get better.
They have the tiebreaker.
Right now, they play a game.
Why does the Panthers come back and win that division?
I mean,
so funny.
Won't be with Baker or
Coach
Sam.
of the year would be Wilkes.
Yeah,
Wilkes.
Really.
Sign that contract. But anyway, let's go ahead and get into our picks.
Go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say,
Yeah.
Frank went 6-8. I went 7-7. Gives me a 6-game lead.
Yeah.
So start off.
Yeah. Speaking of the Bucks, we have a good Thursday night matchup. Hopefully, Ravens Bucks down in Tampa. Ravens coming off of what I say is skeptical. No, I mean they probably would have won the game even if we did take the lead or score because there was still 2 minutes left. But Ravens coming off a nice victory on Sunday. Bucks coming off of not terrible losses, but two losses. Two terrible losses.
At least last week. Pittsburgh.
They were in the game at least.
Yeah, I mean, they weren't even in the game against Carolina. That's
Tampa's at home, but I'm taking Baltimore.
Yeah, I'm taking the Ravens. I don't think there's even a question. Tom Brady's head's not on straight. I do hope Mike Evans drops 20, though.
Yeah. Next game is going across the pond to London, where we have the Denver Broncos. Let's Rides. Taking on Jacksonville Jags. Jags started off hot. I don't think they've won a game since. They haven't. They're both 2-5 teams here. Sounds like Browns and Steelers. I'm taking Jacksonville because, I mean, Denver, I love their defense, but I don't know. Jacksonville is used to playing overseas. I feel like they play there every year.
Yeah, they do.
It's basically a second home. I'm going to take Jacksonville.
Yeah, I'm just not going to ride. I can't do it. And Jacksonville, like he said, there's a lot of Jacksonville fans there. I feel like just because
they're there every year.
They got Travis Etienne now as their sole running back. Let's go, Jacksonville. They get on the win.
All right,
and
next.
They still have a chance of that division. Not very good.
True. Then we have Panthers going to Atlanta. Panthers coming off a big win. The defense played well against the Bucks. I'm going to take the Panthers. I like their defense against Atlanta. I feel like they'll be able to stop the run, and they'll just they have some magic going with Steve Wilkes at the helm.
Yes, I mean, don't get me wrong. Panthers looked great last week, but I think it's less of the Panthers looking great and more of the Bucks being terrible. Falcons, they didn't look too great against Cincinnati, but they were playing Cincinnati. Atlanta's still they're tied for first in the division, I think.
Yeah. They're 3-4.
I just don't think Carolina has enough to. The Falcons' offense can explode. Question is, will they? So I'm taking the Falcons.
No, I mean it's division game. It's a toss-up. I'm going to hope Carolina can stop the run.
This would put Atlanta in first place in the division by themselves.
Yes, it would.
Unless Saints figure out something.
Next, we have the Bears going to Dallas, Jerry's World. I got to take the Cowboys as much as I want to take the Bears. If the Bears could prove it and make some magic work against this Dallas defense, seems to be one of the top defenses in the NFC. If they could go out and score and play well against them, I say here, truly will believe in the Bears. They could do it this week, but I'm going to go with the Cowboys until then.
Yeah, you know I don't like picking Dallas because where are you at? We still them boys. This week you will still be them boys. I need to see more from Chicago. They had a great game against New England. I think they could come out and beat Dallas, and I still won't fully believe in them just because I don't fully believe in Dallas.
Their defense is nice,
Their
though.
defense
If they can put up points on their defense, I'll believe in Chicago. Because I'll believe in their offense.
If they look the way they did against New England, maybe.
That's what I'm saying.
But if they come out and win like a 17-14 game,
No.
then I still need to see more.
No,
I mean,
I would agree.
But
Richard, see more.
with that being said, them boys are still going to be them boys, and they're going to get the win.
All right, we have the Dolphins going to Detroit and the Dan Campbells. I'm taking the Dolphins.
Yeah, I'm taking Miami. I think it's clear that Detroit's just awful again.
Arizona traveling to Minnesota, coming off a bye. I'm taking the Vikings.
Kyler Murray running all over the field. That's all they're going to do. Doesn't mean he's going to get it in the end zone sometime.
I mean, D-Hop did come back last week.
He did.
Their offense played pretty well for a short week, but Minnesota's hot. They're at home, and they're coming off a bye. That's what determines it for me.
5-1. They got Justin Jefferson, right? 5-1?
Yeah.
4-1?
5
like that.
Oh, yeah. They only have one loss. They're
hot. And
5-1.
If I had to pick a sleeper team in the NFC for the Super Bowl, it would be
Vikings.
them.
That's fair. That's fair.
Taking Minnesota.
The Raiders heading down to the Superdome in Louisiana. I'm taking the Raiders. We got 2-4 versus 2-5. Raiders, they look good. They're playing well right now. They're on a hot streak, like I said. They're running the ball. Josh Jacobs, they're feeding him. Play action pass. I just like what they're doing. The Saints freaking can't stop an offense. If we started one, they wouldn't be able to stop them. That's how bad the Saints defense is right now. Bishop Sycamore, exactly.
Yeah, I think those are pretty clear cut. No disrespect to New Orleans, but they're just one of those teams that just like they're either good one week or freaking awful.
They've been putting up points, but they can't.
They can't stop anything.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm taking Vegas, and Devontae Adams going to have a big day.
Yeah. Next, we have a Patriots-Jets matchup in the Meadowlands.
Interesting. Very interesting.
It always is because, it's the Patriots, Bill Belichick. I mean, they could come out and get mollywopped last night. No one saw that coming. The Jets are 5-2. They're at home. I'm taking the Jets. I'm a believer in that defense. That defense, Sauce Gardner and those corners, that defensive line, that they have like 8 defensive linemen. They rotate out. They stay fresh. And I believe in their offense enough. Losing Breece Hall is huge. But, like you said, they added Robinson, who was playing very well in the beginning of the season for Jacksonville. And if he can come out and do anything close to that in New York, Zach Wilson.
And they still have Michael Carter.
Right, and they still have Michael Carter.
They really need to go out and get Robinson. I don't know.
I mean,
will Robinson start or Michael Carter?
Right.
Robinson
This week
could be just a safety thing.
Right. They have the receivers. I know there's a whole Elijah Moore requesting a trade. Please come on down to Cleveland, Elijah Moore. I'd love that. Nonetheless, and the Patriots just, besides the spark Zappe brought, did not play well at all on Monday night. So yeah, I'm taking the Jets.
Yeah, I was thinking about this game. I really want to take the Jets because I really want to see this keep going.
Yeah.
And I really want to take the Patriots because I'm like, oh, there's no way Bill Belichick's going to lose to the Jets, really? No, there is a way Bill Belichick's going to lose to the Jets, and it's going to be this week. Zach Wilson. It's not even about Zach Wilson, honestly. It's about that Jets defense, like you said.
Yeah.
And I just feel like the Patriots offense is in shambles right now, so I'm taking the Jets.
Next, we have the Steelers traveling to Philadelphia to take on the undefeated Eagles. I'm taking Philly. Steelers, I mean, listen, they've played better the last couple weeks, obviously winning one game and being in the game against the Dolphins. But at the end of the day, it just comes down to having a rookie quarterback, making rookie mistakes. And
big rookie mistakes.
And growing through that process. And a team that's rolling like the Eagles are rolling, coming off a bye week, it's a difficult matchup for sure.
Yeah, it's hard to go against Sirianni. I mean, that guy's feisty on the sideline.
Yeah, for sure.
And they're in Philadelphia. Steelers historically do not play well in Philadelphia. And we're going through growing pains. Hate to see it. Hate to say it. Hate to see it.
Hate to say it.
But I'm taking Philly.
Nice. Next, we have Tennessee and Houston. Down in Houston, Titans 4-2 after their 0-2 start. Texans 1-4-1. I'm taking Tennessee. Mike Vrabel has proven so far again that he has a heartbeat of that team, and he's rocking and rolling with it. I saw a clip, I think today, and it was him getting emotional because Ben Jones played through a whole game injured, and he's like tearing up because of how he fought through it, and you could tell that he's definitely a player's coach, and they play for him. And like you said, that division with Matt Ryan getting benched and Jacksonville being still young and Houston being Houston, that division's theirs to lose, and I think they're going to continue to win.
Tennessee? I'm taking Tennessee as well.
Yeah.
That was a big explanation. Texans suck. So
I know, but I wanted to give a shout out to Mike Vrabel.
No, he has.
They played
I mean, everyone thought the Titans would not be nearly as good as last year, and granted, they're not thus far, but they're still winning the division.
And they're 4-2. Like
still 4-2. Yeah.
You're beating the teams that are in front of you.
Yeah.
Next, we have the Commanders, Taylor Heineke, heading down to Indianapolis, up to Indianapolis. Face Sam Ehlinger's first start as an Indianapolis Colt. I'm going to go with the Commies. Heineke is playing well.
Hot damn, I thought I was going to be the only one.
Well, how am I going to take Sam Ehlinger? No offense, but like, my God, I need to prove it to me first. Heineke, I know at least started a playoff game. It's a big difference.
Yeah.
They're coming off a big win. The Colts are coming off a loss. Like,
by the way, I made this Washington pick before they announced that Matt Ryan was benched. So, sticking with it.
Me too, I guess.
No, you didn't. My ass.
Next, we have a great divisional matchup. We have the Niners and the Rams down there in L.A. I'm going Niners. They added CMC. I love their defense. I know they've been dealing with some injuries, but I also believe in Mike Shanahan. And when you put a running back like CMC in his offense,
except their coach isn't Mike Shanahan.
Kyle Shanahan. You knew what I meant. Mike Shanahan came from Mike Shanahan's ball sack, so
I guess
basically Mike Shanahan. I believe in Kyle Shanahan and the run offense they run, and with CMC back there, and like they're just. The only way they should lose games is if Jimmy Garoppolo plays with his head up his ass. And let's hope he doesn't do that.
I mean,
and the Rams' offensive line sucks. He can.
Definitely can.
Let's hope he does
his
it.
Head up his ass. Rams need this. I mean, they do.
Their offensive line.
Their offensive line's kind of weak. San Francisco didn't get nice pieces. I think it's going to be a hard-fought game.
Yeah.
I'm taking the Rams.
Nice.
I need to see Jimmy Garoppolo not play with his head up his ass.
Yeah, that's fair. Next, we have game of the week. Giants traveling to Seattle. The 6-1 Giants, the 4-3 Seahawks.
Everyone had them projected a combined win total of like 6.
Yeah.
And they did, 10?
Yeah.
Right now.
This is a tough game because, like we said last week, we both liked Seattle if they were at home. Then they came out and whooped the Chargers on the road. And now they're at home against the Giants, who have been traveling. They were just in Jacksonville. Now they go all the way up northwest to Seattle. They're coming off. They're playing high. I'm going to take the Seahawks at home. I think that home field advantage will play a difference. Giants traveling a lot. They're riding these highs. Don't get me wrong. Giants come out and win this game. I think it's going to be close. It'll be fun to watch. I'm going to take the Seahawks.
Yeah, I think the difference in this game, Giants have played well, and I think they're going to continue to play well.
Yeah.
But the difference in this game is the 12th man. Seattle's also playing well. It's hard to go up against Seattle at home, even when they're projected to be dog shit. And they were this year, and clearly that's not an issue. So I'm taking Seahawks, too.
All right, Sunday Night Football. We have the Green Bay Packers traveling to Buffalo. First time Aaron Rodgers has been a double-digit dog in his life. And for good reason, I'm taking the Bills.
I'm taking Buffalo. Not even a question.
And then we have, on Monday Night Football, the Cincinnati Bengals traveling to Cleveland to take on the Cleveland Browns. I'm going to the game. It's on Halloween night. Joe Burrow has never beat the Cleveland Browns. I'm taking Cleveland. Probably the last time I'm going to take them all year, unless they win. But I'm going to take them.
I think this is going to be a good game.
And I think they can win it.
Yeah, I
Go
think
ahead.
this is going to be a good game.
We'll see what happens.
It'll be close. Joe Burrow never beaten the Cleveland Browns.
It's a fact.
But that changes this Monday night, and Bengals get it done.
We'll see.
So,
We'll
take
see.
the Bengals. So, yeah. What did we learn from this? That Baltimore is going to start running away with this division.
With the Bengals? You just picked the Bengals to win. It doesn't make any sense.
I regret my comment.
And you picked Baltimore. Did you pick Baltimore to
I
win?
didn't mean to say Baltimore. Why did I say
I
Baltimore?
don't know. Didn't you pick Baltimore? No, you picked
No,
Baltimore to
I
win.
picked Baltimore. I didn't mean to say Baltimore, though. I meant to say the fucking Minnesota.
Oh, yeah. Minnesota will probably run away with that division.
I don't know why I said I purple maybe. I
I
don't
mean,
know.
it's the only thing you
Purple,
got.
I guess, but
Yeah.
yeah. So that's fun. This is kind of boring now that both of our teams are kind of like, eh. But
Yeah, I mean,
you can't talk crap because we're the same record. I mean, I guess you can talk more.
we
since
beat
won,
you. Yeah.
But
They were just saying on the radio how the only game we had to play a well-rounded game was against Pittsburgh. And I go, hey, I'll take it. They go, even the Carolina game, our defense played like shit. The only game we've actually played well against Pittsburgh. And I'm like, if we only win one more game this year against Pittsburgh, it would suck. But I mean, at least it's
you're only
Pittsburgh.
2 wins of Carolina.
Baker and Pittsburgh.
Ours
So,
is-
you know.
Or,
Tampa-
hey,
Tampa-
and Cincinnati.
I mean, yeah.
I mean, we won the big games.
Yeah. Hey, we're going to beat Cincy Monday
We
night.
may
We're
lose to
good.
the Jets.
Yeah.
We may lose to.
Hey, Jets are 5-2.
We lose to Browns, but we beat Cincinnati and Tampa.
Yeah.
So,
That could have been a Super Bowl matchup for some people.
yeah, we beat them both.
So there you go. You
All right.
Super Bowl winners
Yeah.
in
So,
your head.
by the way, this shirt has no affiliation. This is my college shirt, Cleveland State. I'm not supporting the Browns in any way. Just so you Pittsburghers
It's green, my guy. It's green.
know. It's still shaped as Ohio.
It says Cleveland.
Cleveland.
It's
the
green.
Cleveland State shirt.
Yeah.
Alma mater.
Yeah.
That's why I'm here. No, I'm just but yeah, that's all the time we have.
Yeah. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, thanks. Going to be another interesting week in the NFL. Let's go to Penn State.
Yeah. Go Browns. Go Bucks.
Bucks are going down. Peace.